Hello YouTubers, this is MoChat, and I am coming to you from my couch so we can chat a little bit. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to my daughter Nicole. She is very special, and she helped me with my hair today. As you can see, it's a different color, a little more of my favorite instead of the old gray. One thing's for certain. We can all make ourselves look a little bit younger, but I'm still just as old, although I feel younger. My hair looks great. Without my daughter's help, I couldn't have done it. So, that's a wonderful thing. Another thing today is I recently spoke with my nephew, and he told me a lot about my great-nephew. That tells you how old I am. Don't tell anybody. But anyway, my great-nephew's name is Riker, and he's so precious. I hope to go visit him in June, and maybe I can get some pictures and we'll share them. Another thing is I need to make another video. I want to talk to people about a little more about me. I don't want people to get the wrong impression of me. I don't mean to sound depressing, although I do suffer with depression, but I want people to know that I am an atheist. I do not believe that there's one God in the heavens that looks down on all of us and he rules everything, and he created everything, and all of that. I prefer to be called a naturalist. Okay, I believe in the world around me. I believe in what I can see. I believe in what I can touch and feel. I believe in emotional balance with nature is important. Walks in the woods, hiking, cooking outdoors, camping, these things I enjoy. And I believe it is important to stay in touch with our natural environment, which the earth is our natural environment. That is where we live. We live on earth. And I think nature is one of the most important things on this earth. And I believe humans should respect nature and try to stay in touch with that. Another thing I would like to talk about as far as religion goes, I may not believe in the God that many religions adhere to, but I believe in good morals. And I believe there have been many prophets, many very good prophets, and very good people who have given reasons to be good. And they have said things that were very important. You can read about those things at the library. You can check out books on famous writers and famous historians that have said things that have lasted throughout all time. I have read all of the books on Aristotle, on Plato. I've read many books on the Greek times and the beliefs, and I strongly believe that there are many, many good people that care about our world and care about the people in it. So, for there to be only one God up there that takes care of us all, I simply cannot go for that. I just can't do it. And another thing about it is, I can't, in my mind, I just simply cannot go with the thought of someone being in charge of all of us that would allow such horrible destruction to happen in our world and not do anything about it. I mean, you'll notice in my videos, I don't have a lot of pop-in things or a video playing beside me here or something to show you. I don't have all that. And the reason I don't is because I haven't learned how to do all that yet. But later on I will. But right now, what I'm telling you just comes from my heart. And it just comes from me. I don't have anyone here with me right now to help me with this. So it just comes from my heart and from my mind. So just hang with me for a minute. You know, these are my beginning videos. I haven't done very many, so these videos will consist of mainly getting to know Mo, okay, and understanding where I'm coming from. I strongly believe in morals, good morals, and I believe in human nature. I believe that we all have our own will, which in the Bible, it does say that God gave us free will. Okay, that's fine. Well, if we have free will, then we must have the ability to decide between wrong and right. And I believe every human being has that ability. But according to their circumstances, many people go the wrong way. And I believe that has to do with human nature. Some people make the wrong choices. I strongly wish that our U.S. government would seriously think about what they're doing to the United States and what many other countries are doing is leading us onto the same bad path. I had a chat with someone today who was so very kind to me, and she thanked me for my service in the Army. Her name was Miss Sincere. I have mentioned her before. Please visit her YouTube channel. She is awesome. And she has many great ideas. But back to what I was saying, she complimented me on my military service, and she thanked me. I really appreciate her thanking me for that, and it makes me feel very proud of being a veteran. But in these days and times, I truly fear for our young people. I recently read on a news page, which I watch many news pages, so I will not list them all here, and I won't mention them. I will just tell you it was news. They were talking about restarting a draft. Now, a draft for the military. A draft that is put up by the president. This means that you have to register for military service by your 18th birthday. And I remember back when I was young and, you know, not that many women were in the military back then. And I remember many young men that were signing up. They were signing up when they were in high school. They were getting ready to go. And then I look at the time that when I signed up, you know, when I joined the Army, I did it for a very important reason. I mean, I was suffering major heartbreak at the time. I was working 2 jobs and barely surviving. I was in and out, just one heartache after the other. My heart was broken. My life was broken. I was broken. Mentally, I was just not, I wasn't even alive. I was just living from day to day, barely getting by. And I had given up on myself. I had truly decided that that's all there was of me, was just work, 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 never ending. And I thought, well, I've got to find something to fix myself. I've got to do something for me. So I signed up for the Army to become a truck driver. I thought, if I can help my country, maybe I can help me. So I did it. And I did it with no expectations. I went into the Army just broken. And I said, I'll do whatever they tell me to do. So that's what I did. And to this very day, I absolutely refuse to say that I would not do it again. If I had to, if they asked me to, I probably would. I would do it for my country. But I'm telling you, it would be a very hard decision to make, because knowing what the Army is and knowing what wartime is and what it means, I can't honestly say that I would enjoy it. I seriously don't think so. Anyone who has been in the armed services knows how hard it is. And anyone who has been in wartime, especially in Afghanistan, in the east, the southeast, in Saudi Arabia, oh my God, anyone who has been there knows what I'm talking about, how hard it is. And knowing how hard it is very painful, and anyone who signs up for the Army needs to know. You need to know that even though you go in there and you're all strong and bravo and oh, I'm going to defend my country and I'm going to do all this and I'm going to do all that. Remember, you can go into the Army as a human being. You can go in there with a mind that is set on doing it all the way, never quitting, never giving up. But sometimes, if you go into the Army and there's wartime, it changes you. It changes you from the inside out. I was in wartime, and one of the main reasons I gave up my religion, I used to be a Baptist. I used to say, that God would protect me, and He would protect my family, and I used to pray. But that was more than 20 years ago. And in this past 20 years, I have seen some of the most horrible things that a human being can see. I have been in 3 explosions. I have survived all 3. I consider myself quite lucky. But I do not believe that God saved me. I do not believe that He protected me at all. Because although my body may still work, and I still have 2 arms, and I still have 2 legs, and I can walk, I am in pain every day. I have fibromyalgia. I have PTSD. I have nightmares that I have to take medicine to keep from having. What I seen while I was in wartime was beyond horrible. It was so horrible that I feel that wretched pain in my heart. And I have felt it ever since. My mind is full of images. A sound can trigger a memory that I fight constantly to forget. So anyone who says that they have the right to force people to sign up for the Army, they have the right to force people to register to go into the Army where they can be sent to die or to kill other human beings simply because a country wants them to. I have a severe disorder when it comes to that type of thing. I don't believe any country should have the right to force their young people to sign a registration form that says that if we go into wartime, they can be drawn into the service. And did you know that this means they would have to? They would have to go. And when you register and when you go into the Army or any military service and they say, your company is going to war, well, guess what? You're going to war. And the only way you can get out of going is to become deathly ill, commit suicide, or they find something wrong with you that makes you unfit. That's about the only reasons why you will not be sent. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter if you have children at home. It doesn't matter if your mother's sick and dying. It does not matter. You are going to go to war. And I can tell you, it is not a good feeling to be told that you're going to war, especially if you have children at home. When I went into the Army, I had 2 baby girls, and they were very young. And they were a big part of my life. I loved them as I love them today. I have 3 beautiful daughters, and I have wonderful grandchildren. And I am telling you that if you are called into the Army to go to war, all you can do is hope that you make it back. And all you can do is hope that you don't see something that will live with you forever. What happened to me in the Army was horrible. And I can only hope that our government will someday realize that violence is not the answer. Putting guns into young men's hand. They're even talking about women going to fight. Putting guns and weapons and horrible weapons that can destroy entire communities and wipe out people by the thousands, hundreds of thousands, homes destroyed, and children left with no parents. This is not the answer. War is not the answer. This is Mo Chat, and I come to you from my home. If you want peace and no more war, if you would rather not have a draft that signs your children up for war, please, I say, tell your government, tell your congressmen, your senators, no. We do not want to send any more young soldiers into war. If they wish to volunteer on their own, at their own time, okay then, fine. Allow them to go. But if they do not wish to do that, if war to them is scary and frightening and they don't want to be a part of that, then I think they should be allowed not to register. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. This video will be uploaded soon. If you have any comments, or if you would like to share with me about your military experience, if you need someone to talk to, please leave me a message in the comments. I will help you. I will tell you what I know. If you have questions about depression, ask me. I know a lot about depression. I am not a counselor, but I have been through 20 years of counseling. You would think that I'm well experienced. Thank you very much, and good night to all you chatters out there. Bye.